You're listening to Last Word Radio, where you get the last word.
Welcome to the Fourth Line Podcast, part of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATV. This is February the 5th, 2018. With you today is myself, Carl, and the always wonderful Joel.
Holla at you.
Holla at me, indeed. How's it going today?
There's a lot of snow. I don't like that.
Yeah, it was quite the fun. I didn't leave the house until Super Bowl. I didn't drive anywhere. I walked.
Hey, Tom Brady, remember how you lost in the Super Bowl?
Remember how everyone was happy except for Tom Brady?
Oh, you think Gronk was happy? I hope so. I hope like the biggest, like the leader of the I don't like Tom Brady fan club is Gronk.
That would make me change my opinion about Gronk very quickly.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be lit, as the kids say these days.
Yeah, that I've heard rumors. I don't talk the cool talk like you kids do.
Well, I'm going to start out a sentence that this is normally a Carl sentence, but I'm going to say it. Back when I was a kid, the word lit meant something very different than it means today.
That's true. Yeah. You couldn't just say that on like TV because they probably wouldn't let you on TV if you were lit.
Yeah. There was, and this is going to be really funny because I'm not going to actually tell you or anybody what the actual word was, but I was listening to the radio this morning and there was a song that I remember, like it was like, I don't know, whatever station I was listening to, they play like an oldie song every so often.
Define oldie, like 80s?
Like throwback, like
okay.
80s, 90s.
Okay, right. So
like
oldies.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Throwback. Can I say throwback? Does that work for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's lit.
So anyways, so they play this throwback song, and it had a swear word omitted. That definitely, when I remember listening to it on the radio before, wasn't omitted.
Oh, so they've changed their tune.
Apparently it was okay 20 years ago, not okay now.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
There's a few words like I can think of. I don't know which song you're talking about, but
I'm not going to say it because
yeah, that's fine. I'm not telling you to.
Because I don't want to say it because I want everyone to be like, what song? So I hope our older listeners are just like so angry right now that I'm talking as though like I had an old experience and they're like, you young whippersnapper, you don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we're shortly both about to be 30-somethings, so...
Yeah. There's one in particular that I know that's listening that I know is going to say something.
There's a few stereotypically old listeners that we have. That's fine. Yeah. We love them.
Carl, the other thing I was thinking about this week, you know what we should be doing right now? That's the opposite of what I am doing.
Like sitting on a beach?
No, I am currently watching a hockey game.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I'm probably watching the same game as you. You shouldn't be.
I shouldn't be watching hockey.
Why?
Because we should be getting ready for the Olympics.
Don't remind me, Joel. Don't remind me.
Are you sad?
No, because I'm still excited for like the Olympics at large. I think it'll be once there's Olympic men's hockey, and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. Like there is no chance in Sochi. I woke up in the wee hours of the morning to watch, and as of right now, again, things might change in the next. There's no chance I'm getting up early to watch that team try to win a gold medal. I just don't care enough.
What if they're in the gold medal game?
And that's what I mean. Like if they are.
Oh, but you were getting up early to watch like round robin before.
No, I was most certainly not.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Like I'd get up early because
You oversell how much you like Olympic hockey. Because, like, you get it once every 4 years, and you're like, 5 a.m., no thank you. But you'll debate it to the end about how great it is, but you won't wake up at 5 for, like, the once every 4 year game.
Yeah, because they're going to replay it again at 8.
And you already didn't know who's won.
No, you just stay off your phone.
I'm going to text you.
Okay, well, I don't care that much anymore, so go right ahead.
I wish we were having this conversation 4 years ago.
4 years ago, this would have been a very, very different conversation, absolutely.
Because I would be texting you.
Yeah.
And then when you weren't answering, I'd be like sending the sky plane out to write the score in the sky with the smoke.
Yeah.
And then your environmentally friendly friends would just be so angry.
Is that I guess flying, like, if you're environmentally friendly, any unnecessary use of a motor vehicle would be not good. So,
well, and it's not just like jet emissions. Like I'm riding in the sky with like aerosol cans from the 80s.
Oh, okay. It's back from when your throwback song was around. I like that. Yeah, sure. Please do. I look forward to seeing what you attempt to write. Joel, before we get into the meat of the show, let's remind everyone about the fine folks at ATB. They are our official bank of the Fourth Line podcast, and certainly a great place to go. If you head over to atb.com/listens, you can find out what they can do for you. What they can do to you is give you a great banking experience. And so head over there, atb.com/listens. You can let them know how they can help you, and they'll listen. That's what they do. So they're a great supporter of the Alberta Podcast Network. Onto the hockey. Joel, let's just dig right into the aforementioned game that we are talking about. Let's just dig. Just shovel up.
Dig ditches.
Yeah. Your Toronto Maple Leafs are currently playing the Anaheim Ducks.
Yep.
Which is relevant because earlier this...
Each other?
Pardon?
Because they're playing each other? Is that why it's relevant?
It is, yeah, that is relevant. But what makes it a little bit more special and why we're talking about, we're not just talking about these two teams because we really care a lot about this cross-conference game.
I actually really do care a lot about this cross-conference game. Speak for yourself.
I also care because I really want and need your Leafs to win. So if you could buckle up.
So really, what you said was a lie. We actually do really care about this game.
We really do, yeah. We both, and we're on the same side for once, which is nice.
It's
very rare that me and you, Anaheim Ducks losing, Tom Brady losing. These are all things that we can rally around together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Good things in life.
But what is important is something that you had mentioned earlier today that kind of reminded me. A decision the Anaheim Ducks made a few years ago, which was which goaltender were they going to keep and which one were they going to part ways with. Freddy Anderson made his way to Toronto, and Jonathan Gibson stuck around in Anaheim to be the goaltender of that team. Let's look back on that. How do you think that went? Do you think the Ducks would do it differently? Do you think you would be just as happy to have John Gibson go?
I am very happy with how it's worked out for the Leafs. I don't know if it, like, I don't know if you would do this again if you were the Ducks. Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, John Gibson, injury problems continually still, right?
That's a fact, yeah.
Is that right? Like, that's why they got Ryan Miller, because they're like, we need the best backup goalie in the league.
We need the best available backup, Jonathan Bernier. Up until this random weird stretch where he was good for Colorado, not that. Ryan Miller, much better.
Right. So, just from a straight health-wise, Freddy Anderson, like, I actually get worried about Freddy Anderson because of how much Babcock plays him. Because it is a lot.
Well, and here's my thought on it. Like, Freddy Anderson has also experienced a non-zero amount of injury problems.
Right,
Has
but
he
in
not?
in the 2 years as for the Leafs, he hasn't really.
Because did you trade for him hurt, or did he get hurt in training camp that first season?
He was already hurt.
Okay. See, you Isaiah Thomas to that bad boy.
I guess not as badly though.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess like both of them have played, but I imagine Freddie's played more than Johnny.
Yeah. So John Gibson this year has played in 40 games, which, seems like a fair amount.
That is a fair amount.
Right? Like he's pretty much, when healthy, he's pretty much been the guy for them.
Right.
Freddy Anderson. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, which actually, apparently, like, Gibson might be shaking, maybe he's shaking the injury stuff then a little bit.
I don't think so, because like he's banged up right now. He was banged up earlier this year. And then he was banged up in the playoffs last year. What's helped it is the fact that he has escaped a big injury, right? Like,
it's just small stuff.
That's made him miss a significant amount of time, I should say. So for me, I look at it, I'm like, I would still rather the health. If we're just looking at the health aspects, I would still rather the health of Freddy Anderson versus John Gibson.
But do you think, I think the thing the Ducks probably regret the most about this is how little they got for Frederik Anderson. Because they kind of gave him away for not a whole lot.
Because it was what? A pick? And was that it? Or was there a pick and Jonathan Bernier?
I don't even remember. Thank you, Mr. William, 7-name Nylander, for scoring a goal on Ryan Miller. Anyways, I don't think, like, there was very little. I don't remember anything about it, and so that's why I'm pretty sure it was fairly irrelevant what they gave up. It was the pick. That was the biggest thing.
It was 2 picks. It was a first and a second.
Yeah, which that's probably the most a goalie has been traded for in a long time. I can't think of another trade where a goalie, because like Anderson's probably the biggest name goalie to be traded, because like you had because you just have like the Eddie Lack trade. I can't think of the other, like Scott Darling, Eddie Lack, all these guys that are like, we've played a little bit but not significantly enough to be worth anything, but like worth enough to be for a flyer.
Right.
Where Frederik Anderson, like, they gave up quite a bit for him, and I think the Leafs are totally okay with what they gave up from. I believe it, like, I'm pretty sure it was like the Pittsburgh Penguin first rounder. So like it was Phil Kessel. The pick they got for Phil Kessel, they gave up for Frederik Anderson, I believe.
Yes, that was because I think there was a condition that it was like the lower of the two or something like that. And if it actually that pick has made the rounds. Is that the one?
Is that the?
I don't even know. There was a lot of trade picks being moved. I'm trying to
is that the Patrick
to see?
Is that the Patrick Eves pick? Because wasn't he traded to the?
Yeah, I'm just trying
for a first. Wasn't like, I don't know. So who would you rather have? Take it just in general. Like, would you rather, is John Gibson a better goalie than Frederik Anderson?
So this is the way that I like to, as you know, Joel, I like to look at some numbers, right?
Yeah.
So I go to my favorite goaltender stat site, which is Corsica. They've got, and what I like to do when I'm looking at these numbers is I like to start with the looking at high, mid, and low risk save percentage, because that kind of tells you, and it takes out power plays, right? Because you can look, like, if you can look at a team and you can be like, man, this guy gives up a lot, but it's like all on the power play, so who really cares? Maybe your team should just take less penalties. So I look at this, and out of the two of them, Freddy Anderson is the one that is doing the best at like the high risks. That's like a shot right on net. Gibson's clocking in at a 79.9 save percentage, which is, mediocre. Freddie, 80.93. So I say that's pretty much the same. Across the board, they're very similar numbers. They're very, very similar in what they can do. So for me, I look at, the numbers tell me that they're pretty much the same. I watch them play, and they're pretty much the same. What it comes down to for me at that point is the cost that it had to acquire them and the money that it's costing both these teams. So if you go to the salary cap sites, the Leafs are paying Freddy Anderson a total of $5 million for the next 4 years. Anaheim Ducks are paying, and Freddy, I guess age as well. Freddy is 28?
I have no idea. It's a good thing. We should have really thought about that during this conversation.
It's all right. We're here now. Freddy's 28. John Gibson is 24.
It's quite a bit younger.
2 years left, but he's still an RFA, so he's still controllable for less money. At this point in time, it's almost a wash for me, but I would probably rather have John Gibson than Freddy Anderson.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to age.
Age is a huge part of it. But that's basically a 28-year-old goalie is nothing to be worried about, right? By the time Freddie's contract is done, 32 years old, you will get the best years out of him available. So I'm not worried. Age is a little bit of a factor, but not really. It's literally just money and slightly younger.
Right, and that's the reason why you're paying Freddie more is because he's older, because he's not on an RFA. Chances are, if we're having this conversation in 2 years when Freddie has 2 years left on his deal, chances are Gibson's going to be making more than Freddie. Because,
especially caps go up, yeah.
Yeah, you're, in 2 years' time, if Anderson is playing the way that he is right now, the Leafs are very happy about that.
For sure.
Because they don't have to pay a legitimate starting goaltender. And this was the one question that I was thinking, and I think the answer is yes for both of them. Can you win a cup with one of these goalies as your starting goalie?
For sure.
And I think it's 100% yes. I'm not saying they're going to be the difference maker in winning the cup, but both of them probably have the ability to run off a hot streak. And even if they're just playing their average, normal self, they're good enough to win a cup. Exactly.
And especially right now. So you look at the entire tandem with Ryan Miller and John Gibson in Anaheim, $4.3 million is what they're spending on goaltending there, which for a team that is very expensive everywhere else, that's magical, right? You need to make hay on this while you still can. Now, sure, BX is going to be, his contract's going to be done by the time they have to pay Gibson. That's pretty much it. There's a few more, but of the ones that you're ugh, that's a little much. Ryan Kessler still going to be paid. So,
you just hate Ryan Kessler.
Ryan Kessler is making almost $7 million for 4 more seasons after this one, Joel. That is ridiculous.
It's so bad.
That's so terrible.
It's so bad. Hey, before we move on, I don't want to point out the fact that Curtis McElhinney, those stats, the high danger, high risk saves and whatnot, Curtis McElhinney just killing it on those stats.
Yeah. If you watch Curtis McElhinney play and then you look at the numbers, you do not understand how they jive.
I'm fairly certain the Leafs just give up when McElhinney's in net. Just we don't care. Yeah,
this is an L. We're just gonna mail it in. We're gonna start Roman Polak this game.
Yeah. Goaltending's so weird. Do you think so to finish this up, both teams probably make this deal again?
Probably, yeah. And I would say that I would not call the cost on that ridiculous. If it was the same price, a first and a second.
If you knew Anderson was going to play this well, though, would you expect a little bit more than what the Ducks actually got?
Not really, because I think this is what I expected him to be, right?
Yeah, I still don't think he knew if he was going to be, because he had never actually played. Well, I guess he had played 54 games.
Yeah, and I think both him and Gibson, they pretty much split time up until this point. So yeah, I I trusted them both equally. That's the thing. Like, both of them, I was like, yeah, they could be good or they could be miserable. Side note, the pick that Anaheim got, they did keep, and it was former Canadian World Junior player Sam Steele was the pick. The player that picked with that.
That could be a good little pick there.
Yeah,
that's a late-ish first-round pick.
It was, that because and it was the pick from Pittsburgh. So that was dead last in the round there. So
it's a good little pick. They got some good value on that.
They did, yeah. And I'm trying to look up who the second guy, if the guy that they picked second was anyone of note, and I do not see who it is right now. So we're just going to carry on.
Leo Komarov just two-handed Kevin Bieksa in the back of the head, like not intentionally, but it was bad.
Let's go to that then, Joel. Two-handing players in the head is apparently legal now,
especially if it's a goalie.
Yeah, goaltending. If you hit a goalie in the head, and I don't think it takes too much analysis. I don't think we need to camp on this for too long. If you two-hand someone in the head, that should be at the very least a penalty.
Well, okay.
Apparently we do need to camp on this.
I actually was thinking about this, because technically, according to the rules, if you shoot... No, I take it back. It was definitely a penalty. But because if he had control of the puck, and then, like, on the follow-through two-handed the goalie in the head...
Right.
Then maybe not a penalty. I would still say that's goaltender interference. But we all know nobody knows what goaltender interference is.
No.
And we still don't know, and I'm still angry about it. But, like, because, like, James Neal, two hands, whatever, goalie in the face.
Yeah.
And it was, not only was it not a penalty, it was also still a goal.
Right. Which is insane. The fact that they reviewed it and still said it was a goal. I don't understand.
I do. I understand exactly what's going on. They are watching Friends reruns on those iPads when they actually are supposed to be reviewing goals.
Like, that Joey, so ridiculous.
They were not on a break. Come on, Rachel. Like, that's the only explanation, right?
Yeah.
Is that they're just Netflixing.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
Because come on. Oh, it makes me so angry.
Yeah. We talked about it last week. You went on a rant. Nothing got better this week, right? Like, you can still have a guy two-hand someone. Just, do we need, like, something I thought of earlier, or not earlier before we recorded it, later this week after we recorded. Do we need, like, a cut and dry, like, you can't be in the crease rule? Like, you put a foot in the crease, like, because that, again, it's not going to solve the issue, because we had this issue way back when Brett Hull and the Sabres were doing their thing. But if you have a foot in the crease, should that be allowed? Like, because that's an easy way to fix it, right? You're in the crease, you're not allowed to be there. Go away.
Well, that wouldn't have solved the McDavid thing because the goalie wasn't in the crease at the time.
And then I guess James Neal wasn't also in the crease, two-handing.
Oh. So.
But does that help? Do you think that would solve things?
No, because this is just ridiculous. So I'm actually really surprised. As we're watching this, the Ducks just scored the goal-ahead goal, and a Duck was kind of falling on Anderson. And I was kind of expecting Babcock to challenge. Because literally, anytime a goalie gets touched during a goal, you should just challenge now. Because you have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, it could be anything.
So I don't know why that didn't happen. But that's like... is like video... like maybe the answer is we just go away from video replay.
Just go back to what it was.
Just go back. Maybe that's the answer. And whatever we'll get mad when the ref makes a bad call, but like at least it's not like I don't know.
No, you should still have the review. I just think all the reviews should come from from Toronto, from the main office, and then
and that's what we said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another reason why this is relevant this week is Filip Forsberg. He returned from an injury. Personally, I was very excited about this, and I'm gonna let you know why, Joel. He is currently the player on the IR slot on my fantasy team in the 4th line league.
Is he going to stay there for a couple of weeks?
And so now he's going to stay there for the rest of the week, as he has been suspended 3 games for his hit on Jimmy Vesey. And certainly this
was Jimmy Vesey.
Yeah. So, a guy that the Preds, I saw some people making a deal about it. I don't think anyone in the Predators is upset at Jimmy Vesey. I'm pretty sure that they made the Cup Finals without him. They're probably not that bitter.
Oh, is that the team that?
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. That's even funnier. That's not why I was laughing. I just thought most people don't like Jimmy Vesey.
Well, there's also that.
Like, he's kind of like Jack Eichel light.
It's an accurate description, I'd say.
And it's probably just because he's American, right? Like,
let's not go down that road. So the question is, and again, audio medium, so if you haven't seen it, go take a look. Do you think, of all the things that we've seen this year, what was it, 2 weeks ago, Dustin Brown pushing Justin Schultz into the boards face first, no suspension. James Neal, 2-handing a goalie in the head, no suspension. Filip Forsberg, butt-checking a guy, 3 games.
Not cool. You're leaving out the elbow to the face part of that hit.
But what they care about is the initial point of contact, and the initial point of contact was butt.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to elbow a guy in the face.
But it was part of the follow through. This is what the player safety people, they're always doing their descriptions. They're like, the initial point of contact was the shoulder, and then he went from the shoulder, hit him in the head, is no suspension. Here it was like he was backing into him, hit him with his butt, and then his elbow hit him.
But I believe I would imagine elbow to the face is always a headshot. Because so is that saying that you can hit someone in the shoulder, like shoulder to shoulder, and then follow through with fist to the face, and that's totally legit?
Initial point of contact, Joel.
Yeah, see, that's where initial point of contact starts to fall apart. I don't know. Is it goaltender interference? Is it not? Is it a suspension? Is it not? Is it a catch? Is it not? Is Tom Brady crying? Is he not? We don't know these things.
It's true.
All of these things we need video replay for, and then we're really bad at seeing. So
I don't do you think that's a fair suspension then?
I'm okay with it. 3's a little much, probably. Is Filip Forsberg a repeat offender?
I would say no.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. I'm fine either. It would 1 maybe, sure. Was the blood? Was that the big issue?
If that's all
because he was injured. Because he was injured. That is a thing. If you injure the guy and he misses time, that's taken for if he misses part of the game or something like that. That's taken into account.
Yes,
you injured a guy. I understand that it shouldn't, because you can injure a guy by looking at him weird.
Accurate.
But anyways, I don't know. I don't really care enough about this, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's before we get to the next topic, just to circle back a little bit. The second round pick that you guys gave to Anaheim, also a Team Canada World Junior player, Maxime Comtois. So they're just drafting all of Team Canada from the World Juniors from the picks that you guys gave them.
There you go. I still would do that. If you told me I traded Sam Steele for and that other guy that I'm not going to try and pronounce his name,
smart,
for Freddy Anderson, I'm still okay about that.
Yeah.
But Anaheim's happy that they actually made use of those picks.
True. I almost played the guess where that player is from.
Freddy Anderson's dead.
Oh.
He is injured badly.
From Mr. If you had to pick one player on the Ducks of who would injure a goaltender, it's that guy.
Can you dress Matt Martin midstream?
Just Just pull Freddy and put him. Well, I guess we're gonna see the great Curtis McElhaney come in and salvage the rest of this.
Yeah.
Well, he took a skate to the face. That's not good.
No, not at all.
Now, see, that's where you say, hey, you can't go in the blue paint, Corey Perry. You also can't kick Freddy Anderson in the head. It was not his fault.
It was no. That's 100% his fault. He's not allowed to go that way.
Okay, no,
he went
sorry.
through the crease.
He did not mean to kick him.
No,
the
but
contact
is
100% his fault. Yes,
because he went. It's not like he was at the edge of the crease. He went straight.
He went right through the middle.
This is live action. This is exactly what we're talking about. I don't think that's a suspension, but like he shouldn't be allowed to do that, and that should be a penalty.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure Shanahan is very angry right now.
Yeah, Shanny and Lou are not okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see Freddie come in here. Or not Freddie. Curtis.
Oh, man. I'm just like watching our season go down the drains right and before us. You know how difficult I am. So upset right now. Let's try
to salvage this, Joel, for you. Let's try to turn this season around right now. Can you know what's a great way to turn things around? To talk about. Okay, I'll give you the choice. Since you're in a rough place right now, obviously, we did not plan for Joel to have an emotional event in the middle of this show. So I'm going to give you the options. You can either use helping other people as your therapy, or you can use making fun of another team as your therapy. Which do you pick?
Definitely the second one.
All right, we're going to the Elimination Station. Cue the jingle.
Elimination Station.
There it is, Joel. Elimination Station. We have eliminated a number of teams now. We're getting to the point where some tough choices are going to have to be made. Last week it was the Vancouver Canucks. They made their stay. Who else have we done? We've done the Sabres, the Sens, the Red Wings, the Coyotes. Who am I missing here?
I don't.
Okay, Joel's checked out. We haven't done them yet. Maybe this week. Detroit, Vancouver, Ottawa, Buffalo, Arizona. So 5 teams have been in. Oh, and Florida. So there you go. 6 teams in the Elimination Station. Joel, who, you know what? As a favor to you, since you're in a rough spot right now, who do you want to put in? I'm not even going to fight you on it.
Well, you're not? Let's get rid of a rival then that I hate because they're terrible.
Do it.
Montreal Canadiens.
Boom, they're gone. Montreal, bad news, guys. You are officially eliminated from postseason contention.
Ooh, I felt good.
Didn't it?
Felt really good.
Yeah.
You want to know why they're eliminated? Because they didn't trade PK Subban for Bo Horvat.
Bo Horvat and pieces, Joel. It was multiple pieces. They didn't do that trade, so that's why they're gone.
Okay, today, if you are the Vancouver Canucks, do you trade Bo Horvat for Shea Weber?
No. No, you don't. You don't do that trade then, like a while back. I don't even if you had have said, I could have maybe justified it for PK. Like if that was the deal, but probably not even that's a fair amount.
Yeah. So, how do you fix the Canadiens? Do you do the impossible?
Fire Mark Bergevin. I fire Mark Bergevin. That is the first thing I do.
Right.
Is the impossible, I presume, is trading Carey Price.
Yeah. Well, no, the impossible is trading Shea Weber.
That's fair. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the Montreal Canadiens are in a very healthy spot where they could just eat half of just retain a bunch of that salary.
Shea Weber?
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
I don't know. The Montreal Canadiens, they have a substantial amount of cap space. If he's making almost $8 million, just retain half of it. Just do a team a solid.
I could get behind that.
Like
I could get behind that.
Like as a Leafs fan, you could get behind that. Here, it was a penalty, Joel. Or is that a different penalty?
That's a different penalty.
I'm sorry.
Carl. So, what do you do with guys like, so you let, and like, I think they're trying to trade Patches, right?
There's big talk about them trying to trade Patches right now. There's big talk about, like obviously Thomas Buchanan, he's a free agent. He's not going to be back. You'd want to try to trade him if you can. There's literally no one on this team that
nobody wants Buchanan.
You could get a non-zero piece for him.
You could get Roman Polak for him.
You would do that in a heartbeat.
I don't. If they'd have to retain salary.
Well, I don't think. I guess for the rest of this season, Montreal can afford to do that for sure.
Montreal could afford to retain 100% of the salary. They're just not allowed to.
Montreal is in a surprisingly weird situation where they have like a ton of space. I don't think they planned to do that. I don't think this was the plan. I don't think they were like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to just have a lot of, obviously we make enough money to spend to the limit. Let's just not.
But it's not, but the thing is that like Carey Price is like, that's a big piece of that. And then they have to sign like a competent goalie next year as a backup. Like
a Ryan Miller. He's not going to be a free agent, but you should do that.
But something like that. And then don't sign Carl Alzner.
Okay, don't do that. Like unsign him.
Unsign him and Jeff Petrie. And go and sign John Tavares.
Well, they should still go and sign John Tavares. They can afford to do that with the team that they have right now. Which is why you made that case a couple weeks ago.
It's going to happen. They need to just tank, trade everything, and then sign John Tavares. And I don't know who else is available, but they actually they could probably sign 2 significant pieces and then be a playoff team next year.
Oh, for sure. They're very easily could become a playoff team. They could be they could make very few moves and still be a playoff team. That's
what if they traded a first-round draft pick,
which like this year's first, so like a medium high first.
Yeah. Alex Galchenyuk.
Mm-hmm.
Shea Weber.
Uh-huh.
For Erik Karlsson.
For like 1 year of Erik Karlsson, or like
they get 1 year of Erik Karlsson, but they can re-sign Erik Karlsson.
Yeah.
But they have the money.
But it's not like a sign and trade where they get to talk contract with him.
No.
I would say that they should do that.
Because here's what happens: you get him next year with John Tavares and Carey Price. So that's your 3. That might arguably be the best 3.
You've got the best defenseman, arguably the best defenseman, arguably the best goalie, and a top 5 center.
Yeah. And then you have, and if you don't re-sign Karlsson, you got out of the Shea Weber thing, who I'm sure you can convince Ottawa that he's a competent defenseman. They like old, used to be good defensemen on long deals.
Wait, Shea Weber was in this deal?
Yeah.
I don't think Ottawa's dumb enough to do that.
Ottawa's pretty dumb.
I know. Like, this is the thing. It's the battle of terrible general managers.
I was thinking, so like, you gotta, because people actually think Shea Weber is valuable.
Yes.
Like, so you're saying that from a place where you think Shea Weber is awful and his contract is awful and everything about it is bad. But there are actually people who don't believe that. Who are like, no, Shea Weber's legit. He's 32 and he's really good still.
He is good. He is not really good.
So you get Shea Weber, you get a first Galchenyuk, and even say, like, give him another piece. Give another first round draft pick. I don't care.
Well, I know you don't care.
Erik Karlsson, totally worth it.
I think if you find a way to do John, and what makes this difficult is if you're trading this year's pick, you don't know that you're going to get Tavares unless you're just loading up to make the case like, hey, John, we just got Eric. Do you want him feeding you breakout passes all season?
No, who else is going to sign John Tavares? It's like down to like Montreal and New York.
Yeah.
You want to play for the Islanders, or you want to play for one of the most storied franchises in the NHL,
or a team that's won two cups more recently in Denver. I don't know.
He's not going to Colorado. Stop it, you guys! Like, you don't want John Tavares. He's going to that's when you need to like start paying everybody again. It's just going to be you're not going to be able to.
We won't need to pay everyone. We can let someone go. We have John Tavares.
Stop it. This is not about the Avalanche. This is about the Montreal Canadiens.
But the very first thing that I do if I am the Montreal Canadiens owner is I get rid of the terrible general manager who has put this team into this situation. I do not let him get through this trade deadline. I just don't. I don't understand. And I know it's a very terrible idea for you to fire a general manager like 3 weeks before the deadline, but you need to do that.
Yeah. You know what they could do? They could sign Tavares and the Sedins. They have so much space. Seriously, just go out. So, you know what's probably going to happen, though? They're not going to get Tavares, and then they're going to sign James Neal to a way too big of a contract.
Except I don't think James Neal leaves Vegas.
You don't think so?
No.
He loves it there, hey?
Everyone loves it there. How they win? That's good.
I wouldn't bank on that. they have to have the biggest regression ever is going to be next year. They're going to. Sure,
but the atmosphere, they've already started relocking these guys up, and I 100% can see them bringing Neal back. They've got how many picks do they have next year? They've already stockpiled picks. They've got a playoff team. I don't know. If I'm James Neal, I would want to be there long term.
I guess so, but it always comes down to money.
It does come down to money, and
Montreal could easily offer way more and get away with it than Vegas can. Because seriously, Vegas is in such a tight spot that as soon as they make one or two bad deals, they're in trouble.
For sure.
Every small market team is like that. And Vegas is going to be a small market team eventually.
Yes.
So
that said, if you are correct, a first line of John Tavares, Jonathan Drouin, and James Neal does sound pretty okay.
No, I was saying they would throw a bunch of money at Neal if they don't get Tavares.
Oh, yeah.
That's the second.
So then you still don't have a center. And
they're gonna assume that Drouin and Galchenyuk can totally do it. Oh man, there's a fight going on between two of the most useless defensemen in the NHL right now.
Yeah, aren't you glad that you put Polak back in this lineup so that he could fight Bieksa?
Bieksa and Polak are just going at it. That is just terrible. So, anyways, let's help people now.
Yeah, let's help people.
We just trashed a GM and a team a little bit. Not so much the team. We actually surprisingly both like this team and think they could be a playoff team next year. If they make the right moves.
Right. If they make the right moves, 100% they could. They need to. That's why I think I don't hate the idea of paying for 1 year of Erik Karlsson, because you have a window that you need to win in. And if you're going to squander the best years of Carey Price, you're kind of dumb.
Yeah, I agree. Right. Although this is not the best year of Carey Price.
Well, you just need
struggling.
A healthy Carey Price. And then
he's having a rough go of it this year.
It happens. Not everyone's Curtis McElhinney, Joel. So a couple of weeks ago,
Hasn't stopped a puck since he's got in the game.
Hasn't gotten a shot on net. So
he's let 2 posts, though.
A couple weeks ago, you handed out unsolicited, unqualified medical advice.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
I don't recall what it was in regards to, but you were handing out I think it was actually about Carey Price. I think it was potentially about him, just bringing it full circle.
I don't think it was, but we could pretend that it was. I don't know.
Wasn't it when we were talking about how his chronic fatigue, and you were very knowledgeable about these things?
You were giving out. You were saying like we can just give vitamin B12 and just good.
Okay,
that's what you said, and I was surprised by that. I forget what this is about.
Okay, either way, whatever it is, a little inside the actor's studio. Sometimes we don't remember what we talk about when we finish recording. Sometimes we do, and
you never do.
One of these things was that Joel did hand out unsolicited, unqualified medical advice, and some folks want to know what you would do for them.
Whoa, we actually got people that submitted medical questions?
We have multiple people who have questions for you to answer for them. So,
disclaimer, if this is an emergency, please call 911 or go to your actual doctor.
Joel is not a licensed doctor in any way.
This advice should not be taken.
However, if you do actually need advice, never mind. I was gonna say that, like, tell us what happened, but if these are actual problems that you actually have, we're just keep it private. And that's the other thing. I'm not gonna tell you who these people are, Joel.
Go to a doctor.
I'm gonna keep the identity private because, again, we don't want to air people's medical issues on the show.
I like it.
So here we go, Joel. First question coming for you, Dr. Joel. How do you deal with pink eye? It's lousy. Your eye hurts a lot. And it's itchy. So someone listening to the show has pink eye right now, and they want to know, what do you do to help them?
Wow. This is a problem that I've never had before.
I had pink eye on vacation once, and it was the worst.
So the first thing that I've heard that you're supposed to do is put silver in your eye.
Silver?
Yeah.
Like flakes or coins?
I don't know. I think it's like liquefied.
So you're supposed to melt it.
I don't know. Someone was telling me about this once.
Okay, that's fine.
Sounds legit. It sounds legit. Put some silver in it. Second, I don't know, wear a patch.
Okay.
Just go full pirate. Just wear a patch.
Just for a point of reference, in case you'd like to change your advice, silver melts at 961 degrees Celsius. So maybe hold off on putting liquid silver in your eye.
No, it's like special liquid silver.
Okay. So it's
I don't know.
Okay. No, that's fine.
It's not like actual like melted liquid silver.
Okay. It's like maybe it's traces of silver in something else and they just call it liquid silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see. So silver and an eye patch.
Yeah, silver and an eye patch. And then the other thing that you should do is you should get someone to duct tape oven mitts to your hands so you can't scratch at the eye.
That is great advice. If you don't want to burn a hole in your face with liquid silver, I would personally recommend just sleep with silver coins on your top of your eyes.
But like tape your eyes open.
Yeah.
So the silver is touching the eye.
Yeah. You definitely
wash your hands.
You want contact. Yeah, you're going to want to wash your hands and those coins. Coins are notoriously filthy.
Yeah. Pour vodka on the coins to kill it with the alcohol.
Okay.
Like a flavored vodka.
Okay. Is there one that's better for pink eye?
A citrusy one.
Okay, something super burny. That's good. So like some lemon, whatever. Yeah, I like that. All right, Joel. We've got another question for you. Are you ready?
The bigger question is, are they ready after what just happened?
This one should be a little bit easier. So someone needs to take medicine every single day. They don't worry. They already know the medicine that they need to take. The problem is they struggle to remember to take it. So is there any sort of like memory tips that you could give them on how to remember what to do?
Yes. So first off, it requires finding a significant other.
Okay.
Who is more responsible than you.
Okay.
And can tell you when to do it.
Okay. That's, yeah. What if they don't have that option? So certainly I think a great option is to abdicate responsibility to someone else. Maybe just if you don't have that, a close friend, a podcast co-host could be someone who will just text you daily. No? Cool. I thought we had something special, Joel.
Next question. Do we have any more questions?
We have one last question.
Oh man.
So here's the next question. This person's right big toe hurts, and they're wanting to know if it's possible to have turf toe without actually stepping on turf. That's what they've pre-identified. It's like, this is that person who walks into the doctor's office and they're like, "Doctor, I have this problem and I need you to fix this." This person's already said, "I have turf toe." Maybe it's not even turf toe that they have. What is going on with their toe?
Okay. You said turf and toe a lot there, and I don't. So they do have turf toe, or they don't have turf toe.
So they're saying that their right big toe hurts, and the question is it possible to have turf toe without actually stepping on turf? So to me, it sounds like. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go.
I think you need to be careful not to get your toe hit by a hammer. And so if you hit your toe with a hammer, that's why it's hurting.
Not wrong.
And could be, I don't even know what turf toe is. How do you get turf toe? Is that like when your shoes, like you jam your toe on your shoe because like the turf stopped you from moving, where like natural grass would like, you would slide with it a little bit?
Yeah.
It would give.
Yeah, I think that's the basic thing, but from what I can tell, it's sort of like, it's essentially a sprain of your toe. And you've sprained the ligaments around your toe. And so it's a sprain. You sprained your toe, and you can do it easily on turf.
And not turf, probably. I would think yes. Yes.
So to answer the question,
you can get turf toe from not being on turf.
Okay, cool. There you go.
I'm actually willing to put a little bit, like I'm willing to take some of our disclaimers away for answering that question.
Oh, yeah, that you can get turf toe not on turf.
Yeah, I don't think we have to be doctors to agree with that.
No, certainly
However,
not.
If you take liquid silver and rub it around that toe, that probably won't do anything because it's for pink eye.
Yeah, you don't want to do not use pink eye remedies on turf toe. They don't match.
Yeah, what's the worst injury you've had?
I dislocated my knee. I literally felt my kneecap go from one side of my leg to the other side and then back. That was pretty bad.
My knee does that all the time.
That's not good. That's not normal. I went to a real actual doctor when that happened. Actually, did I see a real doctor? I don't think I did. I went straight to, my sister works at a physio place, and immediately, and it was like right across the street from my work. And so I hobbled across. I did this at lunchtime. We were off skating at lunch. And my skating skills are weak. And so I worked on that. Anyways, so skated there, dislocated it, hobbled over there, saw my physio, and he said, "You should go to this place." So I went to a clinic at the university. I don't know if that guy was a doctor either, but it's fixed.
Yeah. So like not often, I don't know, 8 times a year, my knee, I'll feel the bone shift in my knee and I can like feel it. And then I just like hit it with my fist and like the bones kind of like grind together and it pops back in.
That is not okay. You literally every month and a half, you are smacking your knee back into place.
Yeah, and it hurts so much.
Yeah, we need to actually get you to a doctor.
And like seriously, like it takes like a day or two for like the pain to go away, and maybe more than
swelling.
That. No, there's not really any swelling. I don't know. Maybe there is. I haven't paid that close attention. It hurts though.
Maybe
it hurts a lot.
Next time pay a little bit of attention. Report back, because here's the thing: before this hockey season is done, statistically, it's going to happen. When was the last time it happened?
It's probably due to happen fairly soon.
I was gonna say, I bet because you officially actually move into your home in 3 weeks. I give you approximately 3 weeks. I bet the day that you're moving, you're going to be so busy. You're doing things. You're up. You're lifting stuff that's heavy. It's going to happen that day. I've called it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like usually what happens is like, it's usually when I've like, cause like I often tuck my leg underneath me when I'm sitting.
I do similarly. Yeah.
And that's when it usually happens, and I can feel it like move out, and then I'm afraid to move because I know it's going to hurt when it puts back into place.
If there's any actual doctors listening, can you please give us some advice for our friend Joel? He needs it. Like, he really needs it.
Are you do you actually think this is a problem?
That is actually not something that your body is supposed to do.
I also have an extra bone in my foot.
Actually?
Well, I don't think it's extra, but like I broke my foot once, and now there's a part of it that sticks out.
Yeah, that's not extra at all. You have a broken bone in your foot. Literally, is it the same leg as your knee? Is it both knees? Okay, so it's one knee.
No, I don't know. I think it's just my leg. No, it is the same leg.
So Joel's left foot has a broken bone in it. And there's just a bone just floating around in there.
It's not floating around. It's definitely fixed.
Okay, so there's a fixed, stationary broken bone in Joel's foot. His left knee will pop out of place, and he just smacks it back in. Your left side is hurting.
How many broken bones? Have we talked about this? How many broken bones have you had?
I've broken a finger, and that's it.
And probably a toe. Everyone breaks a toe.
Maybe. I don't. I've never been said I've broken a toe.
Like you've stubbed your small toe before, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, everyone has.
Yeah, so one of those times it probably broke.
Probably. The only one I ever did anything about was my finger.
Don't you think? I imagine I've stubbed a toe pretty hard a couple times.
Yeah.
And so I have broken every arm and leg once, at least.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Do we want to... Let's save that for another episode. Do we want to, or do you want to get into that now? Are there any good stories?
My brother pushed me off a bunk bed.
Okay.
And I landed on a heat register.
That was when you were 26 years old, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last week.
It was over Christmas at your folks' place.
Yeah, the best one was I was at summer camp, and we were playing a game in the middle of the night, and me and my cousin were running away from someone who had a flashlight and something to hit us, and we ran off the side of a river bend and fell about 6 to 7 feet onto rocks.
Was that a leg?
That was my arm. He broke his leg.
Okay. Well, that's good. Those are some good stories. If you guys... Yeah. If you want to tell us your stories, we like those.
What if we did, do you think, I don't know, it's always hit or miss when we do something like this and people send stuff in. But could we do a puck for the best broken bone story?
I think, I know we could.
But only if we get enough in. It's gotta be good.
Yeah, send them in. We'll see. Worst case scenario, you get nothing. Best case scenario, you get a puck. That's That's what you should do. Send them in. Mail at thefourthlinepodcast.com, or you can DM us on the Twitters at fourthlinepodcast, or just tweet at us. But if it's a great story, I assume 280 characters is not enough for you.
Okay.
Do we want
That was just a long rabbit trail.
I like that. That was let's go to our Pavel Buries though.
We need to get some games going because I don't know what's happening anymore.
It's fine. Joel, your team's winning. They're playing well in front of Curtis McElhinney now. Let's celebrate that. Let's give out a winner. We actually have a repeat champion. Mr. KG came out 3 points ahead of Dan Rice.
I love KG.
Yeah, his picks are clutch.
The only reason why I love him is because we didn't have a tie. That's like the biggest reason.
That's the biggest
not
reason.
The only reason.
Yeah.
Isn't he from Philly?
No, I believe he is from, he's one of our Across the Ponders. He's in England, I believe.
I thought we had like a listener from Philly.
We've got a few Philly folk.
Philly from Philly.
He's
Philly
just,
fan.
Yeah. A fantastic Philly fan.
Yeah. Anyways, congrats.
Yeah, congrats. We're starting fresh. So if you're like, hey, I was terrible, I came late to the party, clean slate, everyone has 0 points. We're going through till the end of February probably, which means, it's going to be 4 weeks of this. The way it works is we pick our must-watch games of the week. Then you decide for every game who you think for each team is going to score the game-winning goal. You tell us on the Twitters for every day. If you want to send them in all at once, I know Matt from Reasons Are Several. Congratulations to them as well. They're about to celebrate their 200th anniversary. And by anniversary, I mean episode.
I thought they already did. Didn't they have the 200? Like, it was like a live episode.
It was a live episode, but it's not being, I think they recorded that. And then I think this week 199 comes out and then 200 comes out. So they're almost at 200. But congratulations to them. 200. That's a big thing. We will probably not remember when our 200th comes. We're getting dangerously close. I think this
Are
is
we
like,
really?
Well, like dangerously. Like by the end of the playoffs, we'll be at it about. No, by the fall. We're in like the 60s. We're not that close. But we will most certainly forget it, unlike them. Congrats to them. Anyways, Matt, he sends his in, like when he listens, he probably opens his Twitter and he's like, okay, this is a game. I'm picking these guys. You can do that. You can send them in all at once or you can play every day. Anyways, Joel, Tuesday night, we have games happening. What is your pick for Tuesday?
I don't know. I was looking at something else.
All right.
Minnesota, St. Louis. Go.
Minnesota and St. Louis. That is the pick. That's a
good game.
Yeah, it's a nice Central Division matchup right there. All right. Let me write that down so I don't forget it, because that will happen. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes it takes the fact that Matt sent them in early. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to trust them. If Matt ever picks the wrong game, I'm in a world of hurt. All right, Wednesday night, there are 3 games. There's only one game that has 2 playoff quality teams in it. There's also a game including Boston, so we're not picking that one.
Boo, Boston.
So it is, I know we've talked a lot of Leafs today. We're going to go with probably Curtis McElhinney facing the Nashville Predators.
I like that.
I know you would.
Freddy Anderson is officially out for the game. I'm pretty upset about it.
That's all right. You're winning still. What do you got next?
I don't know. Do you want to go Dallas, Chicago, Vegas, San Jose?
Vegas, San Jose.
Okay. Friday, there is a slew of games. The NHL was like, you know what was supposed to be on Friday? The Olympics. Let's put a bunch of games on it.
Let's make them forget.
So, you like what? Columbus, Washington? You want to go there?
Yeah, let's do that. Columbus, Washington. Okay. That's a good little game.
Okay. I was going to give you a bunch of options because I don't want to pick them all.
No, that's fine. I just picked Vegas, San Jose. Saturday night.
Okay.
We have my bandwagon team versus my actual team. Or we have, that's probably
Battle of Ontario.
I'd rather pick Colorado, Carolina.
Oh. No, nobody wants to watch that.
No one wants to watch your Leafs destroy the Senators.
They don't destroy the Senators. They lose to them a lot.
Okay, because like if we're going with teams that are actually like close in the standings, there's the repeat teams of New Jersey, Columbus, or Chicago, Minnesota. Or I'm going to give you one of those three: Chicago, Minnesota, Colorado, Carolina, Columbus, New Jersey.
Let's go weird and go Columbus, New Jersey.
All right, we're going weird, folks.
And then Sunday, you want to do Buffalo, Colorado?
Probably not. That's probably not a good idea.
I don't know. Your game's all over.
Let's go. It's real early. There's a game at 10 a.m., which is probably the best. It is the best day of the game. The best game of the day. Pittsburgh, St. Louis. But just make sure you wake up.
Okay.
There you go.
That's good. I'm trying to figure out the guy who won high sticking where he's from right now. That's why I'm not fully with it right now. I can't.
I know he won a mini stick, and I know that I sent it to somewhere on the other side of the world.
Oh, you know these things.
I know these things.
We should probably end.
Probably. Do we want to pick a game for Monday?
Okay. Is there any good games on Monday?
There's one. It's your Leafs again.
Oh, let's not pick a game. They're going to lose. They always lose when they play Tampa, and it's sad.
Okay, fine. We won't pick a game on Monday. No games on Monday. You just have to wait until the fourth line comes out at approximately 10 o'clock Eastern time.
It's so late.
Yeah, but that's like 8 o'clock Mountain time. It's fine.
It's almost bedtime.
Well, Joel, one last thing that we have to do is remind everyone about the Alberta Podcast Network. A great place. We're there, right? Obviously. We're big fans of us. We're also big fans of all the shows that are over there, and there's a ton of them. It's continually growing, continually getting better. So head over to albertapodcastnetwork.com.
Dun, da, da, da.
Exactly. And you can hear of the show That's So Maven.
That's So Maven.
That's So Maven. It's hosted by Andrea. And what she's going to tell you about is ladies in business. So you could be a maven, and if you are a maven, let her know and you could be on her show. If you're not a maven and you want to know about them, talk to her. You listen to the show. So That's So Maven. Head over to yegmavens.com, yegmavens.com for more information about everyone's favorite show about women in business. That's So Maven. Joel, you can find us at Fourth Line Podcast on Twitter. That's where you can play high sticking. You can send us your broken bone stories. You can email them to us, mail@thefourthlinepodcast.com. Our website, thefourthlinepodcast.com. A lot of great articles went up on there. Mr. Michael Laybourne wrote an article trying to give some glimmer of hope on if there's anyone in the AHL that can help the Detroit Red Wings. Spoilers, there's not a lot. But you can find out, there are some, so you could read his piece and find out who those are. Facebook, we're on there, we're on the Pinterest, and that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Joel, thank you for helping people today.
I don't think I helped anybody at all. We should go.
All right.
I don't want to, yeah.
You don't want to be here anymore? This is back-to-back solid finishes for Joel. Boom City.